Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So I'm back today with part two to yesterday's story time. So where I left off was the day after the barbecue, and if you don't know what story time I'm talking about, and you don't know what part two this is even for, I'll put a link to the video right here on the screen. This is yesterday's story time, and this is part one to the story I'm telling right now, and the story I'm telling right now is part two. Okay, back on track. So I was added to a group chat with a bunch of people from that barbecue and that party or whatever, and they all wanted revenge. And I was like, okay, this is either a really good idea or a really bad idea, because either someone's going to get fucking hurt or something's going to be really funny and not be that bad and we won't get in trouble. But I was kind of thinking we're either going to get in a lot of trouble because it's fucked up revenge because this dude poisoned us, or it's going to be more of a prank that just kind of fucks his whole day up and won't seriously harm him. And it kind of ended up being that second one. So somebody in the group chat suggests that we all like squad up in different cars, like 4 in each car, go to the store, buy a bunch of like eggs and toilet paper and just tons of shit and just go pull the ultimate prank ever. So that's what we did. We went to the store the next day. We got over 10 cartons of eggs and over 20 rolls of toilet paper and some of that silly string stuff. And we bought 3 confetti blasters, which basically looks like an extra long Pringle can. And you turn each end of the bottom a certain way and it just blasts fuck tons of confetti all over the place. And it's pretty harmless, but it just makes a mess. So after we bought all this shit, we drive over to his house, and it's like 12 midnight, all the lights are off, it looks like everyone's asleep, and we just get to fucking work. Like, I probably threw 7 eggs and like 2 rolls of toilet paper, and this girl I knew ran up to the door and put a letter on it, like taped a letter to it, and I had no idea what it said, but she kept telling us when we got to his house, she needed to put this letter on the door because it would make the whole prank better. So I believed her, and I just kind of didn't question it, and same with everyone else. But yeah, while this was happening, I didn't really have time to go over there and read it, so I kind of just ignored it and kept going about my business. That was throwing lots of eggs and toilet paper. Now, guys, please don't be like me in this story time. It's very immature to go and egg someone's house, but at the same time, he poisoned me, so this was the one thing that I thought was allowed to do back to this guy. So anyway, after like 5 or 10 minutes of doing this, one of the lights turns on downstairs by the front door, and we all run back to our cars and get in them. And I fucking get in the back seat, and I like duck down, and I see the front door open, and it's the fucking dude. It's the guy from the barbecue who served us all those nasty ass brownies that had something in them that made us all sick. And he looked around when he walked outside, and he saw all our cars starting up and starting to drive away, and he sees the toilet paper everywhere, and he starts losing his shit. Like, he throws up the middle finger at all of our cars and just starts screaming. I couldn't tell what he was saying, but he was definitely yelling while we drove away. But another thing I noticed is when he opened the door, he didn't see the note taped to his door. And I think when he went back inside, he didn't see it either. Because the next day, the dude whose house we egged and fucking TP'd, me and my friend drove by it. And we saw him outside cleaning it up. But I look on the garage while we're driving by, and on his garage, there's just a big silly string penis. Someone spray painted a fucking cock in silly string on his garage that night, and I didn't even see it. Dude, I was in fucking tears. I was laughing so hard when I saw that shit. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So he must have not taken that note off his door, because apparently that note was a letter to his parents that lived there saying your son poisoned us and didn't tell us that there was something in these brownies he served us at his barbecue the other day. Because he didn't take that note off his door when he closed the door, went back inside, and the next day his parents found it when they found out about everything in the house and saw the note on the door. Because they read it, found out what he did, and then the next day made him do a fucking full-blown apology on Facebook. So after we drove by his house, I got on Facebook like a couple hours later, and I was like, yo, look at this. I showed my friend. And the guy who had the barbecue and the brownies with whatever it had in them to make us sick made a full status, like a huge paragraph, apologizing to everyone at the barbecue and saying sorry for lying about the brownies and shit like that, and even giving them to us in the first place. And at the very end of it, it said, yeah, my parents took away my car. They saw the note on the door, and I feel really bad. I got caught. And it shows a picture of the note. And I was like, wow, that girl is kind of a genius. Like, while all of us were being immature and just throwing toilet paper and eggs at a house, she ran up with a note she hand wrote that said, like, hey, your son poisoned people or served us brownies with something in it. And yeah, it's fucked up. You should probably punish him, and put it on the door. And they saw it the next day. We're really lucky, though, because if he would have saw that note when he walked out and ripped it down, they would have never known. They would have just thought that some random people did that for no reason. But yeah, that dude got fucking caught. In the end, everyone was happy, except him, because he got his car taken away. And yeah, that's not good. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this funny little sequel story to the one I told yesterday, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace.